Pisces, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Okay, guys, I'm sorry that I've been getting things out, so slowly. I've just really been catching up with personal readings, so I'm spending like 97% of my day just working on personal readings. Hopefully, I'm caught up within the next 4 or 5 days, and then you guys are going to see so much of me that you are going to get extremely sick of me, okay? So let's get into everything because I'm super eager just to get into all this month's reading, but I wanted to start with your yearly forecast. So I'm going to break this up by quarters, guys. So it's going to be first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and then we're going to go month by month to see what's happening in terms of your 2018 prediction, all right? So let's start with the first quarter. Okay, and you guys are going to see me just looking at my notes, making sure I'm not missing any months or quarters. All right, so let's see what's happening January, February, March when it comes to love, finance, and general. Okay, love, finance, general. And I'm doing you guys now because I usually go in order of the zodiac, which always leaves Pisces last. So I'm like, you know what? They shouldn't have to be last all the time. So let me just get theirs done today. All right, guys. So the energy that you have for the first quarter of the year is going to be the 2 points in the reverse. So if there's any sort of balance you're trying to find in your life, if there's anything that you just couldn't understand, you're making a decision, you're finding balance. Now, we do have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse behind that, so there could have been things, I don't always see this as a negative card, but with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, this could be a card about things taking an unexpected turn, where it may put you in limbo for a moment, but then you guys move forward from that limbo. It may be something that's annoying, something where you're dealing with somebody who's immature, or maybe you're just dealing with a situation where you have invested a lot of time into someone or something, and it's like you get upset because it doesn't work out the way that you initially thought it would, but you still have expansion, all right? You still have the Three of Wands here. All right, guys. Now, if anyone's interested in this deck, I just got it in the mail yesterday, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. The Fountain Tarot. Okay, so very, very beautiful deck. All right, so let's get into this. So let's start with love, and we're going to go down the line for January. Okay, so the first card that we have here is the King of Coins in the reverse, which is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. So you're going to be in a situation, whether it's you or someone that you're dealing with, where you might not be as emotionally invested in them as they are in you, or vice versa. This could also mean if you're in a relationship or if you're in some sort of marriage. I'm saying some sort, like, well, there's a lot of different kinds of marriages. But if you're in a marriage or just, a committed relationship where you may be living with this person, maybe you're having some financial problems, maybe somebody's overspending, okay? Or, like I said, it could be a situation where someone's more invested, than the other person. We have the Ten of Coins, all right? So good things coming in for the most part. The Ten of Coins, which is the Ten of Pentacles, is a card about just feeling very abundant. It could be a lot of money coming in, if you work with your partner or if you do business with your partner, that can definitely be a good card. And with the Hanged Man in the reverse, there's this sense of not knowing, how you wanted to move forward with something. And it's like you guys are really, really thinking, how do we do this? How do we get past this hurdle? And you figure out a way and you do that, okay? Now, with finances, we have the Nine of Coins. All right, guys, so that's amazing. Whether you're single, whether you're in a relationship, whatever your case is, this is a card about somebody who's going to be sorry, guys, I have, like, dust on my glasses. But this is a card about somebody who is self-sufficient, okay? Somebody that doesn't really need anyone else, to get things paid off or to move forward in life, okay? This is someone who feels very powerful, abundant, and just happy. This is you really taking in the fruits of your labor. If there was hard work or, just an investment that you made where you were waiting for the reward to come back in, it's coming back in. We have the Judgment card upright. So let me show that one to you guys. All right. So with the Judgment card upright, this is going to be you guys making a good call when it comes to money, when it comes to finances. And we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so there could be a fire sign that's very significant in your finances in the month of January. But I really, really love seeing the Queen of Wands, when it comes to finances, because to me, she's personally like an entrepreneur. She's a go-getter. She's someone who's extremely passionate about what she does, and she doesn't have to convince people to follow her, to believe in her. It's like people see her and they're just automatically magnetized and going towards whatever it is that she's doing. All right, so you guys have a very strong, stance here. Now, the general, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so with the Four of Swords, you guys are really putting a lot of thought into how you want to move forward with this. Okay, so what I like about the Four of Swords is, yeah, it could be somebody who's taking a break, but it's not just someone who's taking a break. It's someone who's really thinking about, what's the best move forward. And they're not going to move forward until they have, a good answer, something that's really going to benefit them. All right, and we have the Tower card in the reverse. So to me, this means one of two things. Either one, you guys are dealing with a situation where someone else goes through a big change in your life, and this person is close to you, and this change, secondhandly, affects you, or you're averting rather a crisis that could be happening in your life by putting thought into something before doing it. Wow. So you guys have the Fountain card. So this is actually why I'm so obsessed with this deck, this Fountain card, because most tarot decks have 78 cards. This one has 79. The author added this, and this is a card where, the Hierophant always used to be my confirmation card, but for this deck, the Fountain is my confirmation card as well. Where you guys have a beautiful new start coming in, right? Something that's going to be very gratifying, whether it be in finance, love. But with the Fountain card here, this is going to be you guys really falling into your purpose. Now, put aside things that we feel, things that we see, put aside social media, put aside, earthly, everyday, materialistic things. This is somebody who's kind of takes a step back and they're looking at their soul. Like, there's some deep shit. So you're looking at your soul, and it's like you're finding your purpose. You're where you're supposed to be. Your purpose and your soul are both in alignment. What this card is telling us is be still, observe. Everything that you want or need is going to be available to you guys. Guys, give me 1 second. I just realized my fan is still on. Let me turn it off. I bet y'all can hear me better. All right. So let's move on to, where are we? February. So for February love, we have the Four of Coins in the reverse. So this is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. This is going to be somebody who is extremely guarded for whatever reason, or it could be that finances are tight, within a marriage or within a relationship. So let's see what's happening here and why this guardedness is happening. All right, we have the Ace of Coins. So there could be a new start that's happening for some of you, but you're keeping it under wraps. All right. If you're doing business with your partner, I see things going very, very well. Is it going to take off overnight? Maybe not. But is it going to last a long time and be very stable? Absolutely. Just like for those of you who are going to be getting into a new relationship, it's something that really could go the distance. Now we have the Empress. Okay. So for some of you, there's going to be pregnancies. For others of you, it's just going to be a beautiful, long-lasting new start. It could be with the Taurus as well. Okay, with the Empress there. Now, in finances, we have the Seven of Coins, okay? So you have put a lot of hard work, time, and investment into something. And now you're at the point where it's like, okay, I'm waiting on my return. I'm waiting to see what's going to come of this. We have the Page of Swords, where you guys could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Or this could be the type of situation where you're very direct with what it is that you want and need, and you're not afraid to speak your mind. All right, and we have the King of Cups. So you guys are in your strongest element here when it comes to finances. So you're really feeling good. If there's something that you're waiting on, I think that is going to come in a very positive way for you. Now, for the general, we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So with the Seven of Wands in the reverse, there could be something that was very, very frustrating. You were having a lot of shit thrown at you. You know, people asking who, what, when, where, why, but you're really not in a place where you feel like you need to answer anybody. So if there's anything that really frustrates you and goes against, you know, what it is that you feel, you're going to let it go. And this is kind of bouncing off the fountain card from the month before, because the fountain card, it's all about letting things into our lives that just naturally flow into our lives. Not resist, you know, I don't want to say resisting, but not forcing. Okay, so not forcing anything. So here, it's like if there's anything in your life that feels forced, it's being let go. In February. And we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so something that maybe you were passionate once before about, or something that, or like a new idea that you guys had that just didn't work out the way you thought it would. You're just letting it go. And we have the Chariot. You're letting it go, but there's very good things happening, and they're happening quickly. For some of you, this could just be that there's something transpiring very, very quickly. For others of you, this could be that you're moving houses, you're moving jobs, maybe you're traveling to see someone, okay? But this is a card about literal travel, or, you know, something that happens very fast in your life, okay? Now, going into March, for love, we have the Six of Swords. So with the Six of Swords, this is going to be, some of you are going to be leaving a relationship that's hard to leave behind. Others of you could just be traveling away from your partner, and it's hard to let them go. This card would come up, you know, say somebody's traveling for business and they, you know, feel sad leaving their partner, or maybe somebody's getting deployed, okay, and they feel sad to go. But somebody's leaving behind a situation that may be tough for them. And we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so for some of you, it's leaving something behind to start something new. And we have the Moon card here. So this is about secrets that come out, but it's also about clarity, knowing which direction that you want to go in, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, but going towards what's going to fulfill you. Now for finances, you guys have the Queen of Cups. So the month before you had the King of Cups, now you have the Queen of Cups. So you guys are feeling very balanced when it comes to finances. So I feel like if there was any sort of struggle, you know, towards the end of 2017, you guys are really coming into a very strong place in terms of finances. You have the Page of Coins in the reverse. So with the Page of Coins in the reverse, what this means is there's either an idea where you put a lot of hard work into it, but you weren't able to get the desired outcome from what you were doing, or it's just something that you may stop putting in effort altogether. But what it really means is you have to go back to the drawing boards. Maybe something didn't work out the way you thought it would, but you know, you just have to try in a different way. And you have the King of Swords. So for some of you, you know, this could be, again, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini who's helping you financially. Or this could be a situation where either someone that you're dealing with, or you take on this energy where you really just want to focus, all right? Anything that is not going to help you to grow financially gets cut out. You're about your money. You're about moving forward. You're about getting things done. You're leaving your emotions at the door, which for Pisces, that's a very, you know, that's a good thing if you guys are able to do that. Me with the Pisces rising, I'm not talking shit. I'm emotional sometimes. But, you know, with the King of Swords here, this is just you really focus on what it is that you have to get done. Thinking very logically, you know, thinking very strategically, okay, moving forward in a very smart way. Now, for general, you guys have the Ten of Wands in the reverse, okay? So this is you guys releasing a burden, something that is just not working out for you anymore. We have the Nine of Wands here, where there could have been something that you put a lot of hard work into, but then suddenly the burden just drops, and either you get what you want or you gave up on something. But we have the Sun card, so I feel like if there's anything that you're putting a lot of hard work into, March is when you're going to finally see, you know, something coming of it. All right, and we have the Death card in the reverse. So I feel like this is something that you guys may have been dealing with, you know, for a good amount of time. Now, let's see what is happening in the second quarter. And guys, for those of you who do want this reading, because I'm not going to say it at the end because maybe a lot of you won't get to the end of this. But for those of you that want this reading, it is available if you want to see what's coming up in the year. But right now, guys, the wait for readings, and it's just at this moment, it's 10 to 14 days, just while I catch up with all the holiday stuff, okay? All right, so what is going on for the sign of Pisces? Second quarter, April, May, and June. All right, guys. So the energy that you have for the second quarter, beautiful. The Chariot. Things moving forward in a good way. You guys having control of how it's moving forward. Travel. What else besides travel? You could be traveling. You could be moving jobs. You could be moving houses. Okay. All right. Cool. It just shows that you guys are going to be working very hard. Now, when it comes to love in the month of April, we have the Tower card in the reverse. So either you're being affected by someone else's actions, or this is you really getting away from a crisis, something that would have been bad. You have the Magician, where you guys are in a position where you're able to manifest whatever it is that you want. You have all the tools there, and with the Queen of Cups, there's really, with you guys being in your element, that's a very powerful thing. So you're feeling good in the love department when it comes to April. For finances in April, we have the Five of Coins in reverse. Again, financial troubles are a thing of the past. If there's anything that was burdening you guys at all, I feel like you're finding ways to get through it. You're finding ways to really build yourself in a financial aspect. We have the Ten of Coins. All right, so the hard times are over. If there is some sort of money that you guys are waiting on, or something that you're waiting on coming in, it's definitely coming in. And with the Hermit card, I just feel like you guys are going to be extremely focused on whatever it is that you're doing. Now for the general, you guys have the Page of Swords. So you could be dealing with a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But this could be you guys really communicating in a very direct way, getting your thoughts across, letting people really see your standpoint with what you're doing. And we have the Devil card in the reverse. So you're removing yourself from anything that's toxic. That's where the Page of Swords could also come in to cut out anything that, isn't necessary for you. And with the Four of Wands in the reverse, this could be a sense of instability when you're getting out of whatever has been toxic for you in this month. Or this could be, a sense of transition that you're going into. But it seems to be a good thing, and it seems like you guys are in control of what's happening, okay? Just a small imbalance that you feel as you transition to something, different in terms of whether it be love, finances, or just anything that you're dealing with that month. Now for May, for love, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse. So this is a card about avoiding conflict at all costs. We have the High Priestess. I always forget, what zodiac sign this represents, but anytime I see the High Priestess, I think Pisces, because Pisces to me is the most intuitive sign in the zodiac. So when you guys have that with love, you're avoiding problems, and you're also very, very aware of what's going on around you. Okay, no need for looking for proof or anything like that. Your gut is all you need. And you have the Five of Cups. So there could be some sort of loss that you feel because of something that you pick up on, something that your heart is telling you, something that your gut is telling you, but you're just avoiding issues with it. All right, we have the Three of Wands. So I don't see it as something too bad. Maybe it's just, because this to me is a card about expansion, or possibly somebody who may turn their back in order to expand. But for some of you, you might have a past lover coming back in, especially if it's a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, because we have the Knight of Wands here, followed by the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Two of Coins here. So some of you may decide to get with someone that may have caused you a loss in the past, okay? Or maybe there's going to be some sort of loss felt due to a fire sign that somehow gets into this relationship, whether it be the person that you're dating or someone who's kind of brought into the relationship somehow. For finances, you guys have the Death card in the reverse. So with the Death card in the reverse, there's going to be a sense of, dealing with a situation that should have been ended in terms of finances. Maybe it's a job you've been wanting to leave, you just haven't done it. Maybe you have to work on a project that hasn't been finished yet. You have the Nine of Cups. So there's something that's not done, but you're feeling very, very good and happy and, emotionally gratified. And we have the Four of Coins in reverse. So you guys, for some of you, maybe you're a little tight with money, or maybe you're holding on to money because there's something that hasn't been finished yet that you have to finish. But I don't see it as anything too, too morbid, only because with the Nine of Cups, you're still happy. You're still feeling good about yourself. Especially with the general energy here, which is the Strength card. So you guys are feeling very, very strong this month. All right, and we have the Three of Wands, which again is a card about expansion. You guys growing. I feel like you're only letting go of things that aren't going to help you to move forward in a good way. And you have the King of Wands. So for some of you, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius is definitely going to be very important in the second quarter, specifically May. So going into June, for love, we have the Knight of Coins in reverse. So there could be an offer presented to you, or maybe some of you are dealing with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But with the Knight of Coins in the reverse, this is going to be somebody, whether it's you or your partner, who's at a standstill, who is not going to move forward until they find an option that they see as feasible for them. All right, and we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. So with the Hanged Man in the reverse, if there's any sense of stagnation or any sense of limbo, you're moving forward, okay, after that time of just being stagnant. And with the Hierophant in the reverse, some of you may be letting something go. Some marriages may be ending here. Maybe you find out about something unconventional, or you and your partner get into something unconventional where you have to figure out how to move forward, okay? But we have the Three of Cups, all right, in the reverse. So for this, it could be a third-party affair for some of you, okay? That could cause a fallout or somebody to just not want to move forward any longer. For finances, you guys have the Seven of Coins. So again, you put hard work into something and you're kind of just waiting on money to come in, or you're being patient to see how a business is going to grow. And with the Eight of Coins, you're putting in a lot of hard work, okay? You're rolling up your sleeves and you're getting to it. And with the Ace of Coins, whatever it is you're waiting for, guys, it's really going to happen. I feel like this is going to be such a strong year for, especially with finances for all Pisces. And again, you know, with just being a Pisces rising, that makes me excited because for my sign, Taurus, we had a very similar outcome as well. So your general energy for June, we have the Temperance card, okay? So with this card, you find balance. You know, you're still, you feel like you're at peace. And with the Queen of Coins in reverse, whether it's you or someone that you're dealing with, possibly an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, there's someone here who may be acting, you know, a bit upset, a bit stubborn, a bit immature, only because they feel that there's something that they've put a lot of time into that maybe it didn't turn out the way that they wanted it to. This could also be somebody who kind of overspends their money or doesn't budget correctly. But you're still balanced, okay? And we have the Justice card. So if anything, this imbalance could be coming from somebody else, not you guys, because all the cards around it, you guys you're chilling, you're calm, okay? Y'all are just swimming in the stream. And we have the Nine of Coins. So you're fabulous. You're doing what you need to do. You got money coming in. You know, you're feeling good about yourself. Okay. So let's jump into the third quarter, guys. What is happening? Third quarter for the sign of Pisces. This will be July, August, and September of 2018. It was so funny. I'm just thinking about it now, but one of the first videos I posted, someone said it doesn't resonate. I'm like, how do you know if it's going to resonate or not? It hasn't happened. So funny. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, guys. So the energy that you have for the third quarter is the Queen of Swords. So it could be, you know, a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini that's very important for you throughout this quarter. Or there could be a sense of guardedness that you guys come into, because this is somebody who, you know, she's very smart, she's very intellectual, she knows how to run business, she knows how to get things done, but this is someone who could have been very, very scorned, and now they kind of have that wall up, all right? So with love, we have the Fool card in the reverse. So there's some sort of aspect, whether it's in your relationship or whether it's someone that you're thinking about talking to, where it's like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't take that route, or maybe I shouldn't talk to this person, okay? If you follow the Fool card in the reverse, you know, if you follow that path, it's usually something that's going to lead to, you know, consequences down the road. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, where you look at something in the aspect of love, you don't think it's a good idea, and you move forward. It doesn't have to necessarily be a breakup. You know, it could be, you know, maybe you guys, if you're in a partnership, you're looking to buy a house, you're looking to get a new car, and you just don't see it as a smart idea, okay? And we have the Knight of Swords. So you guys have a very strong sword energy, okay? A very strong air energy. So for some of you, maybe there's a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini who wants to be with you, especially for those singles. But you're like, no, I don't think it's a good idea, and you move forward from the situation. Okay, for others of you, you guys could just be very, very focused, especially if you're in a relationship. Focused on getting a good outcome, doing something that's going to be positive for the relationship, but letting go of anything that's not going to help you to get to a certain point that you're looking to get to. Now, for finance, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. So there's either something that you're passionate about that doesn't come through, or there's going to be somebody who's trying to sell you something, trying to sell you an idea, but not really somebody that you can trust, because it's someone who will be a good talker and they'll be very, very charming, but then they're not going to be able to deliver what it is that they said they were going to do. And that could be something that brings conflict in the finance department. And we have the High Priestess in reverse, okay? So with this, when this happens, guys, you're going to feel it, in your gut that there's something that's not right. There's something that's not going to work out. Maybe this opportunity isn't going to be good. The only way that you guys can get yourself into this conflicting place is if you don't listen to your own intuition. So make sure, guys, if something is really, really strong telling you, hey, something's not right, don't go for it, okay? For the general energy, you guys have the Sun card in the reverse, where there's unexpected news or information that comes out, okay? Something that is, that light is shed on. And you have the Six of Wands, okay? So with the Six of Wands here, whatever it is that comes out, it's a victory to you. It's something that you didn't expect and something that you feel good about. But the funny part is, with the Star card in the reverse, there could have been something that you were hoping for that you didn't get, but it ended up being a good thing. So it's kind of like the be careful what you wish for thing. But in this case, it works to your favor. So you guys are being protected, for sure. Because sometimes the things that we want isn't always the best things for us. And in this case, you guys get out of something that you may have wanted, and you stand your ground with it. Now, going into August, for love, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. This could be you guys, suppressing emotions towards a certain situation, or it could be you guys, falling out of a relationship for those who are in a relationship at this point due to cheating and promiscuity with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. All right, and we have the Page of Coins. So I like that, the Page of Coins energy is coming up, because for some of you, maybe it's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn that you're talking to, but this is you guys really taking things slow, not really jumping into anything, and really seeing what a person is about before you just jump into something with them. And, although the coins or the pentacles is a slowest moving energy in the deck, it's the most stable energy, because when you take your time getting into something, you're less likely to get bit in the ass by it, okay? So for finances, we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. So on the home front, there may be a sense of instability. And we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So somebody who's passionately angry about something. Maybe there's something that you're passionate about and you really wanted to get it off the ground and it didn't. And now you just feel a bit unstable. We have the Five of Coins. So, for August specifically, guys, with you guys knowing this, especially, so much in advance, the month before, maybe a few months before, just make sure that you have a savings. Make sure that you have, funds for a rainy day that you have on the side, just in case anything, just in case there's a lapse of work or just something that doesn't work out. Just make sure that you have something else, that you can lean on. And you have the Five of Wands, so there might be conflict in the month of August, okay, when it comes to finances. Now, for general, we have the Four of Swords in the reverse, where there's something that you guys really put a lot of thought into, and you finally move on from it, okay? You move forward from it. King of Swords in the reverse, either you or someone that you're dealing with, possibly an air sign. Someone here is being very tyrannical, abusive mentally, physically, or emotionally. Someone who is very self-seeking, somebody who only is worried about what's going to be good for them, okay? Not a very pleasant energy to deal with. And we have the Emperor in the reverse. So definitely be careful, guys, in the month of August, because you could be dealing with people who may have a hidden agenda. And just keep in mind that before this, everything was very, very strong in terms of love and finances. Okay, so if people see you doing very, very well, they might want to come up on you. Okay, so they might want to use you in order to, benefit from you in some way, shape, or form. But we can't trust everybody. Okay, especially when you're doing very well monetarily. You don't want to just hand over money to just anybody. So make sure that you guys are reading contracts fully through. Make sure that, especially this month, because there's a lot of people this month that you guys are going to deal with that are naturally very charming people. Okay, so you want to make sure in the month of August, if there's something that sounds too good to be true, or you're just talking to someone who's too much of a good talker, just do your research on this person, okay? Now, going into September, for love, you guys have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so there could be some heavy arguing just between you and your partner. This doesn't have to be an end by any means. Just, things that you guys have to hash out. But with the Eight of Cups, some of you may be walking away from a partner. And we have the Tower card. So there could be a huge change that happens. With the Tower card, this is going to be a change that is inevitable. Something that's kind of, groundbreaking, where a huge event might happen that causes you guys to move away from someone or someone to move away from you. Okay, for finance, you guys have the Three of Coins. So this is about partnerships. This is about building. This is about, expanding when it comes to finances. And you have the King of Cups in the reverse. So the King of Cups in the reverse, when it comes to finances, you could just be dealing with someone who's unreliable, but it's somebody who seems to have it all together. Okay, and this is your energy, guys, as well. So there may be something that just throws you off that you're overly emotional about. And you have the Nine of Swords in the reverse where, maybe you were very overly emotional, especially because the month before there could have been some financial burden. But I really see you guys building up again and coming out of a place where you're worried with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so even if you're emotional coming into this month, I do feel like it subsides. And, for your general energy for the month of September, you guys have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands, this could be a new idea. This could be a new love, something new that you're getting into. So are there some doors closing? Possibly. Are there more opening? Yes. All right, and you have the Five of Cups in the reverse. So this new start helps you to get over any loss that you felt this month. All right, and we have the Seven of Wands where you guys stand your ground. You let go of anything that wasn't serving you and you move forward, with new ideas. All right, so fourth quarter. All right, so let's see what is happening in the fourth quarter for the sign of Pisces. What is happening? 2018. We're looking at October, November, and December, fourth quarter for the sign of Pisces. All right, guys. So your energy for the fourth quarter, bam, King of Cups. So you guys are in your element. Despite what's going to happen, you're going to leave this feeling strong, okay? You're going to go into 2019 feeling strong. So for love in October, we have the King of Swords. I feel like a lot of you are going to be dealing with air signs, okay, when it comes to, 2018. So let's see why this King of Swords is here. This could be, again, an air sign that you're dealing with, or maybe you guys being cold towards someone and guarded towards somebody. All right, we have the Page of Wands in the reverse. So yeah, the King of Swords energy may come in just to cut off something that wasn't working for you, releasing someone that wasn't going to work due to information that came out. Okay. Now we have the Queen of Coins in the reverse. So this may just be something that you had invested a lot of time into, but you're letting it go, due to whatever may rise up or may occur. Okay. The Sun card to me is a lot like the Moon card, where I feel like anything that is done in the dark always comes to light. So with the Sun card, you're going to have clarity because even the deepest, darkest shadows, there's going to be light that shines on it. Now for finances, you guys have the Five of Coins in the reverse, where again, if you had any sort of hiccups in terms of finances, you guys are finding a way through it. We have the Star card, okay? So wish fulfillment, something you've really been hoping for, that project that I feel like you guys may have been working on the past few months, prior. It's coming to fruition. But with the Nine of Swords, this is a very mental card. So yeah, you're worried about how this thing is going to move forward. Or maybe it's the sort of thing where it's like, I say this all the time, but there's nothing scarier than having your dreams come true. And with the Star card here, there's something that you really were wishing for, that you're working on, that, it comes to pass and you're like, oh shit, I did that. And now you're all worried like, oh shit, I could lose that. Okay, so that's how I see it. So don't be too much in your head about it. No, don't be your own worst enemy. Because with the Nine of Swords, this is going to be a situation where you're creating things in your head that doesn't even exist. Now, for general, you guys have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So this is going to be a situation where something that was done in the dark comes to light. All right, and we have the Five of Cups, where you guys may feel some sort of loss, and maybe this is in terms of love, just with the Sun card here. Let me get one more card here. And we have the Fountain. Powerful. So you guys are realizing some dreams that you may have had. Maybe in terms of finances, there's going to be something so big that's happening for you. But, with the Fountain card, with you guys just realizing where you want to be and where your heart's supposed to be and where your soul's supposed to be and what your, purpose is, just moving throughout life, there's going to be adversities that come. Anytime you're onto something big, there's going to be people that, you have to drop. There's going to be certain losses that you have, but that just comes with it. Okay, when you're doing big things, you're taking big losses as well. So if you want to play with the big boys, just know that sometimes you have to lose certain things, okay? But it's not always a bad thing. When we're going into our purpose, that's what the universe is going to do. That's what your guardian angels are going to do for you. They're going to, help you to drop anything that isn't meant to be in your life. And that's what's happening there. Okay, you guys are realizing how powerful you are, in the month of October. So going into November now, for love, we have the Knight of Coins in reverse. So again, being at that place of stagnation, being at a standstill. Okay. We have the Eight of Wands. So there could be someone that you're talking to, but I don't see you guys running into anything. I see you really just being methodical about it and really just seeing all aspects of this person before going into anything. And you have the Page of Cups. Okay, so you're talking to this person, you're entertaining it, and it could be something that feels very good for you, but you're not jumping, headfirst into things. Now for finances, Ace of Cups. Okay, guys, so something really big I feel is happening towards the end of 2018 in terms of finances. And we have the Two of Coins in the reverse, where there's a decision that you make in terms of finances, and it's to have this new start. All right, and with the Knight of Swords in the reverse, whether it's you or somebody else, it may be seen as something that's very, very reckless. Okay, but with the Ace of Cups here, I really think that is something that is going to be very emotionally satisfying for you guys. Okay, so maybe you guys are just taking a leap of faith and people think you're, absolutely insane for it. But, nothing in life comes without risk, especially, if you want to make it big, if you want to really make an impact and really be able to provide for yourself, for your family, you're going to have to take risks sometimes. Okay, and move away from things, as you know it. So for some of you, maybe you're leaving a job and maybe it just was a very rash decision, okay, and people are seeing it as, that was done, maybe you shouldn't have done it like that, but you have a new start anyway, so you're just chilling, you're fine. All right, now the energy that you guys have for the general for November is the Hermit card. So this is a place where you guys are kind of to yourselves. You're really thinking about how you want to manifest things. And with the Hermit, this is someone who is really going to just, use their wisdom, use their knowledge, and move forward in a positive way. But they're not going to move until, again, they have that solution figured out. And we have the Four of Coins in the reverse, where I feel like you guys are really just keeping things to yourself. I feel like you're withholding information, but in order to move forward in a good way. Okay? It's like when you have something really, really good, sometimes you shouldn't tell people what it is that you have. Okay? At least until it's something that you know is solid and something that is really secure. And we have the Six of Cups. Okay? So with the Six of Cups, maybe someone from your past does decide to come back into your life, but you guys are very guarded towards them and you kind of keep away from them. For others of you, the Six of Cups doesn't always have to be about the past. For me, I think about it as like a good feeling card. Like, think of yourself, for those of you that had the luxury of, going to summer camp when you were younger, just playing with your friends, swinging around on tires, or just, swimming in the pool, like that good, innocent, like, oh, this is great feeling. But there's something that you're really just going to keep to yourself, okay, despite what it is. Now, last month of 2018, December. So for love, you guys have the Emperor. So I love the Emperor card here because, this is somebody that is very knowledgeable. They've been through so many things in life, and because of their experiences, they're able to make, very solid and smart decisions that are not only going to benefit them, but it's going to benefit those around them as well. Okay, and this is going to be a stand-up person too when it comes to love. You have the High Priestess. You're using your intuition. You're feeling powerful. You're knowing that you're able to, manifest the things, that you want. All right. You're avoiding issues here. You're avoiding problems. If there's anything that doesn't work for you, you're moving away from it. So for some of you, you may be moving away from a fire sign, but feeling very powerful in it. But for others of you, you're moving away from things that just didn't serve you, and you could be going towards a fire sign. Now for finances in December, we have the Seven of Coins. So with the Seven of Coins, you guys are waiting on something, okay? So you could have taken a new job or new opportunity. Now you're just waiting to see, how things come in, how your investments come back in. And you have the Three of Coins in the reverse, where there may be this sense of, not seeing eye to eye with people you may be working with, or partners that you may have, or not feeling like you're appreciated in terms of what you do for work. But with the Tower card in the reverse, there's going to be a big change that happens here. That could involve somebody else in your life that you're very connected to, and it somehow affects you. Or this could be, a crisis that you're just avoiding altogether. And we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. So, I would say just be careful, this month when it comes to maybe overspending. And, it is going to be the holidays, so I can see how that definitely happens. But there's going to be a new start here, for sure. But I feel like there's something here that you have to let go of, or something that's just not going to work out in your favor. But what I love about, this reading was that anytime there was anything that could be seen as negative, you guys really pick yourself back up, and it's really quick. So I really feel like this is going to be such a powerful year for you guys. Now, for general, you have the Nine of Cups, okay? So you're happy, you're feeling satisfied, you're feeling like you have good things around you. All right, and you have the Judgment card upright. So with the Judgment card upright, you're making good choices. Whether there's pain involved or not, you're making choices that are going to be beneficial for you long term. And with the Ten of Swords, there could have been a harsh end, or maybe some sort of betrayal, where you look at it, you make the right call, in regards to whatever this is, and you end up happy. All right, and we have the Lovers card here. Okay. So for some of you, maybe you're kind of like reflecting at this point, like, man, this person really did one on me. But I really feel like things are going to end in a very strong way. Are there going to be conflicting energies? Sure. But I feel like it's going to be a catch-22 where there may be something that you're leaving behind, but something else does come in. Now, in terms of this betrayal, if someone who has betrayed you, or that does betray you, they want something with you, you guys are not going to accept this, okay? There's going to be an offer that's not taken here. But look, you guys have the Magician down here. So we got the Lovers card, Magician, Judgment upright, Nine of Cups. You guys are really going to end 2018 in such a strong way, where I feel like you're not going to let anyone, get the best of you. And it's very powerful because, people are always saying, oh, Pisces are so emotional, but I feel like you guys really just get a grip of your emotions, and, you move forward in a powerful way. And I don't think that emotions are weak at all. I think that it takes a very powerful person to be able to show emotion, especially with this world where everybody's bragging about, you know, how many people they cut off, or how many one night stands that they have, or, you know, how many people they humiliate. Like, that's not something to be proud of. That's not something that's cool. Love is cool. Feeling emotions is cool. Being mindful is cool. Empathizing with others is cool. That's cool. All right, guys. So I'm going to give you 3 cards of advice for your 2018. And I will leave my beautiful Pisces people with that. All right, guys. So there may be an offer this year that comes in for you guys. Something that looks very good that you accept. And the reason why I say it looks very good is because we have the Devil card here. All right, so there could be something toxic. Now, the reason I say that this may be something that looks good is because the Devil is going to come as everything that we've ever wanted. So I feel like there's going to be some sort of offer that comes into you where you guys, in your heart, you're going to feel like there's something that could be wrong with it. But it's going to be something that may upset you or may upset someone else, okay? A toxic situation that you're dealing with where you're putting in a lot of effort and you see it as a waste of time here, okay? But with this toxic situation that you're going to go through, it's causing you to change in a way that is going to be positive for you, because the only reason that this is happening is because, you know, with the Fountain card in the verse, you're not, you know, listening to your inner self. You're not listening to, you know, what your soul wants. This is going to be a disconnect from source. This is going to be you, again, in the sense of denial. But with the Hermit card in the reverse, this is going to get you out of a shell. And it takes situations like this in order for us to really change in a significant way, okay? You could talk to any successful person you know, and it doesn't just have to be someone who's financially successful, because success, you know, success is different for so many people. But talk to anyone who's successful in what it is that they do, whether it be with love, whether it be with finances, whether it be with just, you know, spreading awareness of something in life, and ask them, you know, with you being so successful, was there anything hard or anything significantly, you know, traumatizing that has happened in your life? Every single person is going to say yes. I have yet to meet a successful person that has not been through some crazy shit, okay? So don't look at it as a bad thing. Yeah, something's going to throw you off a little bit, but that's going to give you the strength to take over, okay? All right, guys. You know, I was going to leave this reading for tomorrow just because I've been working like legit like 12 hours today. But I'm like, you know what? No, let me get this out. So I'm sorry if I was kind of slurring on my words, but really just wanting to get this out. And I'm very, very eager to get the rest of the readings out for this month. I know that some of you will be watching this and it'll be past December, or January rather. But for those of you who are watching in January, I love you guys. And I will be back shortly once I am done with everything that I have to catch up on, okay? So be ready for me because y'all are about to be sick of me. Pisces, I love you. Happy New Year. Take care.